What's up? What it do, cyber world? It's your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Brown Uncensored Show. On this program, I talk a little bit about everything. It may be pop culture related, but it's probably Ash Brown related, so you gotta stay tuned to see what I'm gonna talk about. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about something that has been hitting different angles, different industries. And I've been hearing basically the same thing. Bad management. Bad management. Bad management can be the beginning or the end of anything good. All right, the beginning of something bad or actually the end of anything good that could be happening. All right, it all comes back to management. And even with my previous employer, as well as others, we've noticed a pattern of upper management allowing people in positions of power, of management, director, those type of names. Those, you know the titles, okay? You know the titles. And they've allowed people in positions that aren't qualified for it. They're not qualified. They either don't have a degree, they don't have the experience, but they're put in this position, quite frankly, to shut them up. For whatever reason, they put them in this position to shut them up. They do a good job. They do the job well. However, they don't know how to manage people. And especially when you're in an industry like hospitality, aviation, where you're dealing with a lot of your employees face to face. They don't know what the heck to do, y'all. We are living in some really, really strange times. Really strange times. And it's just crazy to me that people get hung up on titles. People don't ask for help. And it's a sinking ship. It's a sinking ship. A lot of these people can do their job well past their ability. They are great at their job. However, if they can't manage dealing with their staff, how good are they really? Really, how good are they? When you overhear a director telling other coworkers how they were so impressed with a candidate up until they realized that the candidate had the same wedding ring as them. And after that, they weren't even listening to the candidate. They didn't even hear what else that the candidate had to say about the job, about their experience, about what they bring to the table. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. It really just turned my stomach just to even think about things like that. And a lot of these people, I don't know if it's some blackmailing stuff that's going on or what, or if they know something particular about certain people in power. I don't know. But for people to still be in positions of power who abuse it daily, and not only do they abuse it, but they're allowed to abuse it. I don't know. I think that says a lot more about upper management than it does about that current level. I don't know. I mean, I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on this? It's becoming more and more to be a trend, and it's very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. I have several friends in several different industries. One in particular, she is in technology. She's in a lot of tech stuff, and she was offered a job that was double her salary. She would have to move across the country with her son and their dog And she took the position. She took the position with them hiring her for a particular position, nothing more. And because of the company and the position that she was in, they knew that she wasn't a broker. She had no interest in being a broker. She told them, hey, I'm not a broker. During her interview process, she had like 4 different rounds of interviews. She flew to California and back. They were totally okay with it. Totally fine. So she uproots her life. She moves across the country with her son. And she starts this job. And she's banging it out there. She is a boss chick. During the first month, her management comes to her and says, yeah, we need to take this broker test. If you could take this broker's test and we could do this. She turns to him and says, hey, you know I'm not a broker, right? Like, I've never been a broker. I don't have any experience as a broker. I was under the impression that I was hired for this particular job, not in conjunction with the brokerage. It was like, yeah. But, it's just always good just for you to have a broker. It's going to be easy. The test is super simple. It's just going to be fine. She takes the test and fails a couple times. So now she's worried because they are putting so much extra pressure on her to become a broker, to complete this exam, as well as some other requirements. Long story short, they pull her in the office one day and they said, hey, this isn't working out. This is going to be your last day. She is completely and totally blindsided by this, y'all. Completely. And she's like, but what? I don't understand. And they were like, well, we really need you to become a broker, blah, 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 blah. But she's like, I told you were very aware that during this whole process of me interviewing with you that I wasn't a broker. You already knew that. And I think that situation is such a catch-22. They set her up, y'all. I don't care what nobody says. That was a complete and total setup. That was a setup. And I just hate that. I absolutely hate it. But that was a total setup that they did on her. And now she's headed back across the country with her son and 2 cats and a dog. I don't know how they ended up with extra animals, y'all. I just listen. I don't know how the things come to be. I just listen, okay? But, yeah, the workforce is really screwed. It's really, really messed up. So I'm just praying for everyone right now, that everyone finds peace. You find comfort at work. You find a good job. A job in which you're valued. A job in which you're appreciated. A job in which you feel as though you are growing and maturing in your career path. Because it's a real sad day when management is crap. I don't know. Anyways, I love you guys. Have a great, fantastical week. It's Labor Day weekend. Oh, yeah. Hope y'all are out there being safe. If you're out here for Dragon Con, be good. Don't be acting crazy. There's enough time for everybody to enjoy and party and all the good things. But act right. Anyways, I'll let y'all later. Deuces.